So did you hear the story about the man in Florida who married 3 different women in 3 different counties? This guy basically took a page out of Frankie Lyman's playbook. It's times like this I really wish the Boondocks were still coming on, because with everything that's been going on the past 7 years, man, they have so much material they could be making episodes about, and they could easily put out 5 seasons of the Boondocks like back to back. With all this stuff that's going on right now, a lot of craziness going on right now. Your boy Henry was getting it in. The truth is, Henry was broke, so he thought it was a good idea to marry multiple women so that he could cash out. And he conned all 3 of these women the exact same way. Like, he would marry the person and then he would convince them to open up a joint account, so that way he would have full access to their money. And then once he gained access to all of their money, he started spending their money. And then once he drained one person, he'd move to the next county, marry that person, and just repeat the cycle. And he just kept going in. He probably would have had a 4th wife if he didn't get caught when he did. And of course, all 3 of these women were pissed because they don't have any safeguards in place to prevent something like this from happening, which I wasn't aware of either because I've never been married before. So all this information is new to me too. So apparently in Florida, they don't have any safeguards in place to prevent something like this from happening, because if you get married in one county and then your husband moves over to the next county and marries another person, the counties aren't required to share wedding license application information. So you can just move from county to county to county and marry as many people as you want, because these counties aren't going to share that information with the next county over. So you're just never going to get caught. This story is very confusing because wife number 1 was actually wife number 2. And wife number 2 thought she was wife number 1, but wife number 3 was actually wife number 1 because he married wife number 3 before he married 2 and 1. Hopefully you caught all of that, because I'm not going to say it again. This story is already confusing enough as it is. So he married one woman in November of 2020, our first COVID year. That whole year was a mess. He marries one woman in November of 2020, and then he married another woman in February of 2022, and then he married the 3rd woman in November of 2022. So he married 2 women in 2022 and 1 in 2020. So all 3 women said the same thing. They met this dude on this dating app. He sold himself as the perfect dude. He said all the right things. And then once he gained access to their money, he just drained them dry. So based on what wife number 1 said in her interview, she said that, something felt off. I guess it was probably after, he started asking for, access to her money with the whole joint account thing. She took his name and just typed it into the system and started searching in these other counties. And that's how she found out about the other 2 wives. And that's how he got caught. And if he didn't get caught when he did, I'm pretty sure he would have 3 more wives by now. He'd have a total of 6 wives, maybe 10. And now I understand why people don't want to get married.